Hey, welcome back, multifamily investors. Checking out the latest listings in multifamily in the King, Kitsap, Pierce, Snohomish, and Thurston counties. Not a lot in the last 24 hours. It's my bar chart too that I track. Basically, two new listings in the last 24 hours. One back on market, and two with price reductions. But basically, three opportunities are now back available. But look at, we had 10 plus 8 and one canceled, but basically 19. So three new opportunities, but 19 came off just in the last 24 hours. And speaking from some personal experience, we put in an offer on a duplex in Tacoma, and there were 6 offers. So not really a cold, quiet market. And I also know of a bigger property in Seattle that was 2.4 million, and it had 10 offers. So there you have it. Don't always just believe the national media, because everything is super hyper local when it comes to market and stats and activity. Let's dive into Pierce. Duplex. Came on yesterday. Gig Harbor. Ooh, we like Gig Harbor. 770. Let's see. This is built in the 80s. Looks big. Yeah, 2-bed, 1.5 bath, 1587 square feet. No rents listed here, but it says total monthly income $2,600. So maybe one side is rented and the owner lives in the other, or it just happens to be vacant. Let's take a quick look. It's probably a nice looking property. It might be on septic. Looks like it still has maybe popcorn ceiling, laminate flooring. It does have ceiling fans, which is nice. I don't know if you saw that. There might be some staining going on there. Not sure what that's about. It's kind of stuff we look for, though. And I'm not a home inspector, I'm not a contractor, but I've been on hundreds of them, and I know things to look for to help point out. It doesn't look too bad, though. Siding looks decent. This deck looks cool. Looks gives some privacy. Looks like some newer homes in there. It's on septic. Those are septic lids. Yeah, nice looking property. 26, they say 5,200. Again, these are, I repeat myself over, it's not like a broken record. These are great house hacking opportunities more than anything for anybody, because this is not going to pencil for me. I know, not with 25 or even 30% down. But it doesn't mean it's not a good property to own, especially in Gig Harbor. Let's check out the Quad and King, probably Seattle. Yeah. $1.7 million in the Skyway area. So this is South Seattle. Says it has spectacular views. 1921. 2 1-beds, a 2-bed, and a 3-bed. Something for everyone. 1.2 cap. So again, caps don't really apply in theory to 4 units or less, but it's a statistic here. It's an entry in our listings, and people always like to refer to them and say, what's the cap? It can be one metric that you use in theory, but let's see if that shows the views. It's a cool looking house, our property. Oh yeah, probably Lake Union. There's Rainier Ave, which is busy. It's on, it's 4 houses. That's why, on 3.3 acres. Crazy. So, wow, beautiful looking property. You can see the water views. This is a great multi-generational family compound type of property, but not definitely a fourplex like we thought maybe. It says electric and oil, so it might have some oil heat. That's another thing you may have to deal with, or live with or deal with. There's ways to get that remediated. Depends if it's above ground, below ground, but that's not typical property that my clients are looking for. Triplex and King in Seattle, 8 days on the market, so it probably came back on. I doubt it had a price reduction. Wallingford, 1909, so it's a 100-year-old property. Sewer, says it has a basement. 475 square feet. It's probably non-conforming or something, and they're not listing it. Has a studio, 2-bed, and a 1-bed. speaking about the zoning. So it's always trying to do that, speak to the zoning. 2 years rented through the end of August. Let's just take a gander. Looks maintained well. I mean, it's got a lot of cool, that cool character, the trim of the door frames and everything, the built-ins. Looks like it has vinyl windows, which is good. It's been updated at some point. There's no vent or fan in here. Looks like for the stove, that's not a good thing. Even though it's electric, you still would want some sort of vent. Same way we can't see in the bathroom here. I don't know if there's a vent or not. It's a shame. It looks like they painted over the old classic glass doorknobs. Has a good look. Let's see if this looks like it might have a vent that goes out somewhere. Key is, what are the panels and systems? Looks like it's been painted, so they probably haven't been updated in who knows how long, if ever. Baseboard heating, what's the electrical like? What's the plumbing like? Is it still galvanized? What's the sewer condition? So anyway, I mean, 1.1 for triplex that size in Wallingford doesn't sound terrible. You need to get the rents up, though. That's the thing. And it's in Seattle, which can make life difficult for a landlord. Let's see what the 5+ units. So it's been on 47 days. Over in West Seattle, probably Delridge area, Southwest, Ferry, Admiral area. The Bayview Apartments. I think I've been watching this one for a little bit. I've seen it. It's a 9-unit. It's a mix of mainly ones with a studio. 2.8 cap. Now that's when the caps will apply here. That's really low. Trying to sell on the zoning. Potential rent upside nearly 20%. I mean, I believe that. You've got a couple here at 1,100, and then you have a couple at 1,500. So do the math there. If you've got another $400 in potential rent on a few of these, it can drastically improve your NOI, of course. And there's smaller units, the original tile, original cabinets. But man, these things rent all day long too. Not everybody wants A-class stuff that they pay for amenities like a gym and underground parking. Some average people just want average type of rentals for a reasonable price, considering. So it's probably not a bad opportunity. I'm guessing that for that price, though, for that many units, that there's some deferred maintenance for sure, probably older systems, and there's no seller finance multifamily opportunity, no new ones, and nothing at Thurston. I will click on this so you can see, though, how many in general. There's 17 in the greater Pacific Northwest multifamily. Now that could be anything from a duplex and bigger, that's offering seller financing. So you have from $395 out in Concolnolly. I can't say that word. I don't know where it's at. Going up to 5.4 in Bothell, and Carnation is Snohomish near Bothell. So you can see how these bigger properties, an 8-unit, and see over 2.7. We're seeing about 7-8 units going for the 2.2 to 2.6 range. Got a couple in Tacoma, Moses Lake, where my buddies own. So there are a couple seller finance opportunities, but again, this one's been on for almost 2 years. There's a reason that's been sitting, and then my buddies Christian Cody haven't bought that one. Otherwise, if it was a decent opportunity, it would not last. But there's also a chance to make some lower offers, even though there's seller financing for these things that have been sitting. These are obviously not the most high appreciating, high demand markets. That's why they're so cheap as well. That's why Tacoma and Seattle and these areas are more expensive. Things to keep in mind, things that I track, things that I know. I will do this again tomorrow, and thank you for watching.